What up, guys? We're here this morning. We're putting a little extra time. We got some we were challenged today, if you would. Our client Kevin from California has actually purchased some of our Raptor parts, and today he's offered us a challenge, not on our car stereo technique, but on how good of a magician we can be. Because today what we're going to do is we're going to take all these goodies. We got some Audison amps, JL amps, we got a Voce amp up there, Helix DSP, an FTV piece, the Zen A2B for the Raptors, for the Bang & Olufsen system, and we got to make all that fit on one of our Raptor boards here. So stay tuned, we'll see if we can pull some wizardry here. Alright guys, Houdini back here from Sounds Good Stereo. We're going to go ahead and get running like we talked about in the intro. We got loads of gear to get on this board, so to our client Kevin that purchased all the Raptor gear, we want to say thank you, and challenge accepted, bro. Let's do this. Alright, I know that was kind of a long time lapse, so Houdini checking back in here. And I don't even know what to say about this. I guess I'll talk to Kevin at the end, but what a bear, man. There's a lot of stuff and not a lot of room. So we got some of our power and ground cables prepped around the back here. We're going to clean those up and get them tied down. We did get most of the power ground at the distribution blocks here. We got speaker wires prepped out. We're going to go ahead and get those run here after we get the power situated. Yeah, just lots of goodies, man. So just wanted to check in with you guys. Like I said, I know that was kind of a long time lapse. So the most difficult part of these, man, you know, even having the limited room that we have, we just getting all the signal isolated too, you know. So we get all this power and ground run through here, and then we'll go back through and we'll do the signal, and then Houdini's second trick is trying to figure out how to keep all the signal away from the power so we don't get any noise. I mean, we do use some Stinger RCAs in these. The 4000 series is very, very good about rejecting noise. So 90% of the time we don't have issues, but with these boards being shipped to clients, it's got to be 100, you know. So I don't think Kevin would be happy with a lot of noise. So we're gonna go ahead and keep running. Like I said, we got a little bit of space back here still. We might get a little creative with running some of the speaker wires, and we're gonna try to get everything labeled. Yep, let's keep on keeping on. So we'll check back with you here in a minute. We're going into super fast YouTube mode, and vamos. Alright guys, thanks for sticking in through that one. I know that was a lot of time lapse, but these things are quite a bit of work. What we got most of it on here. Well, we got all of it on here actually, I shouldn't say that. We have our power ground distribution over here. It's all cleaned up. We got these amps, man, they are sardine together. They are as tight as it's gonna get. So he's got quite a bit of power on this board. I guess this coach amp does about 120 by 4. This SR amp is, I think, 60 by 2. and then I think we're about 501 on that JL amp. We got over here, we got our Zen module here from Nav TV, Helix DSP. So we got an optical cable from the Nav TV piece into the Helix. We have a turn-on relay out of the Helix to turn on the amplifiers. We still have to get some of the speaker wires labeled here. We do ship these labeled so you know what they are and everything. There's no guessing there. One important thing we do want to stress, this is one of the connectors that comes with the Nav TV module. The other one that comes on here, let's see if we can show you. This is the power connector they ship with this Zen A2B module. So this this does plug into the factory connector for power, ground, and turn on. We do not use these, and we're going to recommend to you that you do not use them. No disrespect to Nav TV, but it is super important with these modules, and they'll tell you in the install guides that the resistance on these modules be less than, I think, 1 ohm or 0.3 ohms. I don't know. They have to be. I'd have to reference it to be sure for you, but let's see. I can pull it out and take a look. I know they're just very temperamental. So what we do with those is we cut that plug off and we make sure that the ground for that module, because the factory ground is just terrible, but we make sure that that ground is tied in with the ground from our distribution block. So in amongst our relay here where the ground comes in from our distribution block, which again in these trucks we run a ground from the battery, that way we know we have a good ground back here. Let's see if I can see what we got here. Okay, yeah. So right here, big bold red letters, says you have to make sure that the Zen module or any of the amplifiers connected to it do not exceed a resistance of 1 ohm. Otherwise you have performance issues, and guys will tell you that they're not lying. So the first one that we played with, we measured the factory ground, because again we just respected the plugs that came with it. Factory ground measured, I think it was like 8.4 ohms to the ground on the battery, so definitely not something we would recommend using. Other than that, this is basically it in a nutshell. We're going to get this thing wrapped up here. I'll show you the back actually. Most of our signal and power on this board, just because of how tight these amplifiers were on here, is slightly different than the other one, but let's see if we can show you here. Give you an idea. So this is basically how this one broke down. I mean, everything just gets treated with JK tapes. That's the interior. Signal is isolated from all the power and the speaker harnessing, so that's important, so that way there's no noise in the system. Other than that, man, just a lot of gear on a nice fitting amp board for your truck. So we're gonna get this one wrapped up. Again, we do have to go back and label these, so we will show you some of that before we get out of here, but yeah, you guys stick with us. We're gonna get back in here and get this one wrapped up. All right guys, Houdini back here. I know we did some time lapse for quite a bit of this video, but we just wanted to close this up and kind of show you where we were. Let's see, we did get everything on here again. Everything is 100% buttoned up, covers back on the amplifiers. We got our speaker leads pigtailed out here. Everything is labeled and terminated with some bullets. We do ship the bullets, the male size for the connections in the vehicle with the kit. Everything's labeled, and I don't know if you can tell, but these are actually labeled to go ahead and correspond with all the factory wire colors. So when he comes in here, sees brown blue, Kevin's going to know that brown blue is going to connect to the brown blue at the B&O amplifier. So made it as easy as possible here. Again, just like with most of our parts, if you guys have questions, if you do order them, we do want to thank you for the support. You guys make it all happen for us, so we do want to thank you for that. We definitely got all the fusing in here for him, and this thing is ready to go, man. We got some tweeter adapters that we're finishing up, and this should be shipping today, so we're super excited about it. I know Kevin's excited, so you guys stay with us. This was a fun little video. We're gonna keep rolling, and just like we've been teasing about, we got filming coming on this Lambo, man. So you guys, you stay with us, continue to subscribe, make sure you drop a like in the video, and you guys have any questions pertaining to the amp boards, drop them in there. We're always happy to help, and stay tuned. We'll be back on the next one. All right guys, what's going on? So we had a little well, I won't say a mishap, but we came in this morning to find this. Somebody thought it'd be funny to TP my amp rack, so I gotta talk to these boys, and little do they know, I think they just started a war. So we're gonna get this TP cleaned up. We're gonna get a little creative. Might not be this video, but y'all stay tuned. This means war.